From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, it's a little bit of a chilly start to our weekend. We're seeing those temperatures into the teens, 20 degrees in Mason, 16 in Charlotte, 20 in Jackson, and 16 in Hillsdale, 18 degrees here in Lansing. We're seeing cloudy skies, but they'll be clearing throughout the day. We could see a spot flurry here or there, but I think we'll stay mostly dry and partly sunny for the day. As you can see, over the next 12 hours, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and then mostly sunny skies by the afternoon. Temperatures, though, remain into the 20s. And even into the teens. I'll have the full details coming up in just a little bit. 6 News This Morning starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News This Morning.
Good morning, Mid-Michigan. Thank you for waking up with us. It's Saturday, December 21st. I'm Karina Prieto, and we're here for you now with this morning's top stories. We start this morning in Washington. A shutdown of the federal government was averted with the passage of a short-term spending bill shortly after the midnight deadline. President Biden still has to sign the legislation, but he is expected to do so. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette has more on these last-minute votes from New York.
The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it.
The Democrat-controlled Senate easily passed a bipartisan temporary spending bill 85-11 that will fund the government through mid-March.
I thank my Republican colleagues for working with us to move this bill quickly through the Senate. It's a good outcome for America and the American people.
The bill is passed.
The Senate vote came hours after the Republican-led House overwhelmingly approved the measure.
We're grateful that everyone stood together to do the right thing. And having gotten this done now as the last order of business for the year, we are set up for a big and important new start in January.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says he spoke to President-elect Trump throughout the day and that he's happy about the outcome despite the legislation not including the elimination or raising of the debt ceiling as he had demanded.
House Democrats have successfully stopped the Billionaire Boys Club, which wanted a $4 trillion blank check, by suspending the debt ceiling.
The bill does include $100 billion in disaster aid and $10 billion to help farmers.
We need this assistance in farm country. If we don't get some help, a lot of farmers are not going to be able to survive and to move into next year.
A government shutdown would have furloughed hundreds of thousands of federal workers and forced others, including employees with the Transportation Security Administration, to work without pay.
And here in Lansing, Michigan senators held a 29-hour-long session from Thursday morning until Friday afternoon. The political marathon ended with at least 90 bills that will likely get a signature from the governor before the end of the year. Most of these bills include Democratic priorities that they wanted to pass before the lame duck session ends and the new Republican-led Congress is sworn in. That's despite Republican challenges and stalling. Those lawmakers feel that Democrats were trying to force through bills without any opportunities to amend them. The Senate also sent more than 230 bills to the Michigan House for a vote, but don't expect any progress on those. Infighting, boycotts, and grandstanding stalled all progress that may have been possible this week, and the House adjourned for the rest of the year on Thursday. All that chaos on Capitol Hill has the Federal Reserve worried about the incoming administration and their willingness to play fast and loose with the American economy. This piles on top of fears around new tariffs that could have drastic effects on the U.S. economy. Fed Chair Jerome Powell told reporters that the Fed has started to look at what these tariffs would do to U.S. growth and inflation, and they are worried that it could hurt both. The Federal Reserve says that overall, inflation has been stubborn, and it has started questioning whether to keep going with interest rate cuts planned for next year. Until the incoming administration is able to provide more details on what its economic plan is going to look like, Powell said the Fed will be slowing down and compared the situation to, quote, driving on a foggy night. And markets reacted badly to all the uncertainty, and the economic situation for workers has been a mixed bag. Industries like shipping and healthcare have seen record profits recently, but workers say none of the benefits are going to them. That's why we've been following a string of worker strikes across the country and right here in mid-Michigan. Both have the possibility to impact you, and we have the latest details. We start here in Lansing, where nurses and other healthcare professionals at U of M Sparrow are in the middle of tense negotiations. The health system and union representatives negotiated for 3 days this week. The Nurses Association says progress was made on some secondary priorities, but there is still major disagreement on the biggest issues, like competitive wages, safety in the workplace, and even affordable health care for hospital employees. Bargaining has paused for the holidays and will continue on January 2nd. And the union has also authorized a strike if it becomes necessary. And nationally, Amazon workers are hitting the picket lines for a third day, demanding better pay and safer working conditions. And Starbucks workers in some of the largest cities in America are spending their workday on the picket line instead. Both of these companies are expecting the holidays to be some of the busiest days of the year, and the workers hope that the strikes hurt corporate offices enough for their concerns to be taken seriously. Starbucks and Amazon have also been on the front line of anti-union efforts for years now, and the strikes only represent a small number of total workers. Organizers are hoping that these demonstrations can spread to other parts of the country.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, we're seeing those quiet conditions downtown Jackson. It's a little bit of a chilly start this morning as well, and we're going to continue to see those cold temperatures throughout the day today, tonight, and even into tomorrow. So if you're heading outside, you're going to want that jacket, and you're going to want those anything to keep you warm, a hat, gloves, and everything. Right now, we're seeing those temperatures into the teens and 20s, about 16 degrees over in Charlotte, 18 degrees in Lansing, and we're also seeing 22 degrees over in even parts of Howell as well. Overall, though, we're seeing some lake effect snow showers staying to the south of us, but we're going to continue to see cloudy skies for this morning, maybe a little bit of some clearing overall as the day goes on. But again, I think we're going to see partly to mostly cloudy skies to start, then we're going to see sunshine as we head throughout the day. As we can see on Precision Cast, we're going to continue to see those cloudy skies as we head into the afternoon and evening, but for today, temperatures are going to remain into the 20s, 23 degrees. That's as a high pressure system is going to sit right on top of us. Average for this time of year is right around 34 degrees, so we're a little bit below that and where we're supposed to be for this time of year. But as the day progresses, we're going to feel those temperatures feel like we're into the teens to single digits because we do have a light wind moving in. So if you have any outdoor plans, maybe last minute shopping for today or even tomorrow, you're going to want to keep those plans and keep those jackets with you, as well as anything to keep you warm, as we're going to continue to see those temperatures into the 20s and feeling like the single digits at times.
Well, speaking of jackets, I have to tell you, I am feeling very lucky today because I'm going to be heading back to California and I'm ditching the jackets. I didn't need to pack any. Well, but if you're here, you're going to need them.
Yeah, you're probably going to want to have it for your return flight, as you're going to see those temperatures remain cold for the next couple of weeks. But still, we're going to stay cold for today and then eventually warm things up for holiday week up ahead.
Okay, thanks, Kelsey. And coming up,